Hi guys, Deluded Gooner here. China. Is China a threat to Europe or more importantly the Premier League? It's been cause for a lot of debate. We've seen managers, we've seen players, us armchair fans and football followers and analysts have been talking about it. It's actually got the world of football talking. I mean, it's caused a lot of debate among footballers. A lot of footballers and managers have contrasting views. Giroud said once he's accomplished all his aspirations in Europe, he'd be open to a move. Robin has said any player that goes over there is admitting their career is over. Players like Witsel and Hulk have said it betters their lifestyle choice. It's a lifestyle choice. Tevez and Lavezzi and other players have said it's a chance to secure the financial futures of their family for generations. So it is a touchy one. Personally, I don't believe it's a threat for the next 5 or 10 years at the very least. And throughout this video, I hope to show my concerns. Firstly, let's look at the fees. To illustrate my point, let's look at the fees and things. It's worth noting that the average attendance, the league started in 2004, and the average attendance is 24,000. Just keep that in mind, people. Now they went and bought Tevez for around 70 million. He's the highest paid player in the world. Oscar 60 million, around 15k salary. Lavezzi 30 million, similar salary. And then you've got all the other players. So one needs to look at if the 20 on average 24,000 people are going and watching the football. That's us. If we don't go to the football matches, if we don't get TV subscriptions, it's limited growth. Because the more of us that watch it, what happens? I'm no financial expert, but this is simple. The more people that watch it, the more demand, the more growth, the more money they can make out of it. Whether that be through ticket pricing, through sponsorships, all of that stuff. So if the average attendance is 24,000, bearing in mind people, like I said, the league started in 2004, 24,000, and you look at the ridiculous fees I mentioned before, one has to wonder how sustainable that is. And if it's hard enough to make money in football anyways. I mean, European clubs are losing money, but for a league like this where no one is actually watching this, it is cause for concern. And it's even more, and I am even more skeptical about it, because Chinese officials are realizing this and they're bringing in measures to deter ridiculous spending and ridiculous wages. It's things like the amount of foreign players you can have on the pitch. They're bringing in wage restrictions apparently, and transfer restrictions, and rules for their domestic players, which I'm a big fan of. I believe they should actually focus on improving their domestic players first, and if anything, bring in foreign coaches. But that's not for us. So yeah, that's that. Secondly, there's not really the footballing culture in China still needs to build. What I mean by that, in Europe or England, as I am, we love the game. Our weeks are ruined if our teams lose. Our days feel longer if our team lose. Like, on the other hand, we're in a good mood if our team win. We live and breathe football. You walk out the street now, you will see at least 2, 3, 4, 5 people wearing football shirts, kids playing football, someone talking about football, football on some sort of TV in a shop if you walk past it. You're not gonna see that in China or anything else. It's like NBA and NFL here. Sure, there's viewers in England, but it's not organic. It's not all bedded into our culture, so there's limited growth. So yeah, that's another point. Let's look at the type of player that is going over there as well. It's either players that have accomplished everything and at the twilight zones of their careers are stagnating, or they're just nobodies. Let's look at Tevez. Tevez has won everything. He wanted to go back and play for Boca Juniors. He went and done that. What else has he got to do in football? He's getting a payday. Oscar, career stagnating, gone. These are not players. If I see a world class player, what I mean by that is Neymar, Suarez, Ronaldo, anyone like that. If they move over there, it will be cause for concern. Why? Because they have the ability to pull people and make people watch it. Right now, the caliber of players that are going over there. Let me add into that Ramirez, Mikel, Pella, Javinho. These are not household names. These are not necessarily great players, and quite frankly, they're quite basic players on ridiculously high wages. So that is not sustain. One, that's not sustainable. And two, no one is gonna watch it, and like that's no cause for concern, because these are players seeking paydays. And don't get me wrong, speaking of paydays, I know there's a lot of money in the Premier League and in Europe, but there's a competitiveness. There's a chance to win the champs, win the Premier League, win the La Liga, whatever you want to call it. China is only money. Now, these people are being paid ridiculous money. Obviously, a lot of people love money. If someone said to me, come and make videos from China, I will go. But when money is your only motivation, there's only so much you're willing to do. And I guarantee you will see a lot of these players after 6 months, a year, come back, because there's no competitive edge. The lifestyle, I'm pretty sure there's not much to do in China for these players outside of football. So the lifestyle and the competitiveness isn't that great. So one has to wonder what high caliber players are going to stay out there and how long players are going to stay out there. What's stopping you from, like I said, Tevez earning around whatever he's earning, 30 something million or whatever he's getting in the salary. If he highest paid player in the world, if he goes and wins the league, stays there for a year, gets his money, wins the league for a year, what's stopping him from going back to Boca Juniors or coming back to Europe? Nothing. So the caliber of players, we've seen these sort of leagues before. Like I keep saying, this league's been open since 2004. From 2012, even players have been moving. We've seen Barrios, Drogba, and Anelka. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. We've seen the J League try and do this, the A League try and do this, MLS rebrand twice and try and do this. You can't fake it. Like, until I see certain things, I really don't think this is a cause for concern, people. I will say one cause for concern I have is agents, managers, players using China as bargaining chips. What I mean by that is, let's just say I was at a certain club and I wanted better wages and China were interested in me. I could use that. I could use that to my manager. Sorry, a Chinese club's offering me X, Y, or Z. You're offering me this. Pay me closer to that, or I'm off somewhere. That's what gives me cause for concern. And if clubs, and in the unlikely event that China has so much of an impact on Europe that transfer fees, which are already inflated, go out of control, and they become the norm. What I mean by that is 60 million on players like Oscar that are not worth it at all. No disrespect to Oscar, but you're not worth 60 million. That's 20 million away from what Ronaldo would have went to Madrid for. You're not worth that. So if that becomes the norm, if people use that to float wages, they're the only cons I can see and impacting our leagues in Europe. There's nothing else. Sure, there's a lot of money in China, but as long as money is the only thing attractive, there will be limited players that are willing to go out there and stay there for long periods of time. And some of these players that are there now will leave China. They will leave. Quote me, people. They will leave in 6 months, a year, or whatever. They won't be there for how long their contract is, because the standard of football can't be great. The lifestyle can't be great. And once they've made their money, they can come back and they won't exactly be on bad salaries at European clubs. Like you can't imagine. Let's just say Oscar will get a nice salary at a European club. So I don't think there's any cause for concern, people. But let me wrap this up. I've been waffling. Really hope you people enjoyed it. You liked what I had to say. Like I said, I'm not a genius. I'm not an expert. I'm just someone who loves football, just giving my 2 pence. Thank you for watching. Thank you to anyone who's watching. You can follow me at Deluded Gooner 04. That's on everything from Facebook to Twitter. Thanks again for watching, people. I'm signing out, man.